Ako mismo is I was born and raised in Kauswagan. My father was a former mayor din for 23 years from 1963 to 1986. Wala siya during the EDSA revolution. And then I was away for so long. After graduating college, I went to the US, got married. So I stayed there until 2008. Reason for coming back, ang Kauswagan was attacked twice in March of year 2000 and then repeated in August 2008. So usa sa akong mga itinerary when I came back as balikbayan is to come to Kauswagan. There was really no intention of coming, but I was intrigued kay that was right after sa attack sa 2008. So I was just want to see kung what is the situation around. And then that was really the time that I was convinced na maybe I give it a chance kasi wa man mi nakita diri nga who can be a good candidate or brave enough nga mudagan. You know, ang lugar was so depressed. The government was not really functioning well. Eskwelahan halos wala na estudyante, nakamakasaka sa bukid. So you have to be asking permission from the military in order makaharvest kag mga imong lubi dire. And then ang kabukiran dito makapataka og kanaog dire, daytime lang pagkagabi wala na gyud mingaw gyud kayo ang lugar. So I decided to run. But I have to sacrifice something, my US citizenship. When I came, I don't know how to manage. Kay in the US, I was in the corporate world. Akong experience lang is during my father's mayorship. But I don't even know the people, no? Ang iyang mga leaders, katong diyan sa balay, those are the people nga akong kaila. But I tried. I ran. It was really a gamble. Ang akong kontra has so much money. And I promise na if I get elected, I will give good service. Ana man yun, promises. Pero I told them that I will not buy any. I will not influence via money my election. I did not spend. I only spent less than 1 million. But I had a survey that we did twice. Medyo ipit-ipit. But ultimately, ang results of service, I am winning. To make it short, I ran, I won. Mga 700, less than 700 votes. Ang akong kontra allegedly spent mo 45 million. Ang ako dito is name recall lang siguro sa akong papa. I don't know. When I won, I said, now what? I first identified the problem. No? Nakita na ko piece and order of problema. And then I want to go deeper. Luckily, I was able to partner with, for me, a very good NGO. God send gito nga NGO, nga CC Development Foundation. Because during that time, wala yung intervention ng government. Ang nabilin nga kwarta sa munisipyo was only 200,000. I have to travel using my own money. Gihurot yun sa former administrator diri ang kwarta. Even the previous, gihurot yun nila. Dili ingon ani mo makita dire before. And then, since honestly, I don't really trust the government during that time. Kaya wa man sila intervention dire, except military, to protect sa mga civilians na dili makasulod na pag-usab ang mga rebels. So, I told the NGO, which are coming from the Ateneo School sa Loyola, when they came, lagari sila sa ako for more than a month. Ang ilag yung mga head sa foundation, it's a CCW Foundation, which is an NGO, and they were trying to really get my thoughts para bang mga panaginip ko what to do with Kauswagan. And of course, primarily, identify na to ang problema dire. Then that's where we have to start identifying the problem. The main problem is peace and order. So doon kami nag-focus sa peace and order. Now, when we were trying to process ang typical working survey na mo, multi-sectoral, when we were processing it, namit na mo ng problem tree analysis, the identification of the roots of the problem, then of course, kung may roots, doon na tayo offshoots of the problem. Then, for one term, 3 years, ingon ko I will only be mayor for one term, for 3 years, then balik na lang ko sa US. So I need to see a new vision, a new mission and vision. So we crop up with a new mission and vision. It took us like probably 3 days to crop up with a new mission vision. Then we be able to reach to the new mission and vision from the problems. So prioritize na mo sa on pag cross the bridge from the problem to the mission and vision. So number one is ang atong problem with peace and order. When we went deeper into the problems of peace and order, we realized na ang peace and order problem diri. After we processed the survey for 3 months na TWG na ako, peace pact program, nang problema namo diri is only hunger. It's not about religion and ideology. So mo nga gitagak na mo ang prison order, we make hunger, which is sa SDG, sa United Nations Development Goals, no? Sustainable Development Goals. Kay nahimo naman na namong Biblia, number one, you have to address poverty. And when you're talking about poverty, that means hunger. So nahimo na to namong guide ang SDG, ang 17 Development Goals. So hantod karon mo gina ang akong gisunod. So we address food to conquer hunger. But since kami we are also, we call ourselves environmentalists and we are organic fanatic. Even in the US, all my kids are, until now, are all organic eater. I said, when we go solve the food problem in this municipality, we have to go organic. So before that, the Republic Act 1068 came, and before we realized there's a law, gihimo na namo ang declaration that we are an organic municipality through an ordinance. Not knowing, nandun na di ay 2010 Organic Agriculture Act. Hindi man kayo familiar doon ang atong mga technicians diri, what are the new laws, wag yun ang gobyerno. But later we adopted that after nakahibalo man yan na balaod. Now, after that, what are other problems? Of course, health problem, ang atong medical, ang atong literacy problem, and social services, so forth and so on. So, I established 19 workable approaches to reach the new mission and vision. So, mura maghimo kog framework of governance. And that if you build a house, you have to establish foundation and then the framework of the house. So I said, this is my framework of governance. This is the new framework of governance for Kauswagan. So I coined it SICADPA. It's an acronym for Sustainable Integrated Kauswagan Area Development and Peace Agenda, to tandem economic development and to solve the peace and order problem. So I have now a very sikat na framework of governance. Sikat pa, which sa ato sa Bisaya, kick more, di ba? So I really love it. There was like limami ng coin anak. Mura paghimong po na mission and vision, puti po na mong dugayan na tulog adlaw, tulog gabi. So, yeah, so that was our framework of governance. When we were trying to go deeper into hunger, to develop unsay among intervention sa mga farmers, tungod sa kwarta nga gi-pour in sa foundation, we were able to come up with a program. But ang niduol na mo diri are not, kay daghan mga wala na din na mo yun. Ang mga tao diri are not so interested in farming, fishing na lang, mga IDPs na mo. So ang niduol na mo are the rebel commanders. They thought na si Mayor Arnado is a different type of mayor. So niuna silang Commander Dante, MNLF. He is the leader of the MNLF in the whole Lanao norte. Silang Commander Batman at Commander Benji. Silang tulo. And then they were asking me if I can help them fulfill the promise of the government as what the government promised during the Tripoli Agreement. I asked them, what are the promises of the government? Post-harvest facilities, solar dryer, small farm implements. So I said, kaya man eh. On a limited capacity, maybe if sila lang tulo, kaya. So, ang akong NGO promised them. So we give them what they want. And the impact of that is more cane. So naghimo na ko og mga policies like, okay, I will create a program, I will call it From Arms to Farms, hoping that in the future, they will give up their firearms for plows, for farm implements or farm tools. Parang suntok sa buwan ba? And I told them na, no surrendering firearms. What I want you to surrender is your heart. So parang corny pakinggan. But for me, that is really non-superficial. That is from the heart. Now, if you are going to give up your firearms because you think everything is peaceful, that is really surrendering the heart. No? That is why, right now, I'm not really in favor of the decommissioning. If I have my own ways of decommissioning sa farm area, that is not how you handle decommissioning. There shouldn't be any money to be passed on to the rebels to buy their firearms. Para na ako, isurrender na lang na ninyo. If you think the government, you're already happy with the government, they are still not happy with the government. That is why bayaran. That is gun aid solution. Tanaw nila ang ako ang arms to farms because ang ako mga commanders have really surrendered their firearms. No, not surrender.
got rid of the firearms for parking places. Mga kayo mga armas. I was there. In fact, several times bago lang na nagbaligya sa mga kayo no? Just to buy the seeds for the forms. Yeah. So, so that's what happened. No? Na tabangan na mo ang ubang commanders namin alat kay wala ni kwarta. The allocation is only 8 million for 1 year. Ora na cap na mo. We cannot go more than that. So kami, we come up with what we call we assemble all the stakeholders, convergence effort. So naghimo kong program, naghimo kong dako kay tarpaulin. I invited government agencies, banks, anak offices ng government, including all the agencies, the LG, and make them a commitment. But particularly ang mga tax agencies sa PA, so, mga ETI. So, gipapirma na ako sila dito, pasign on something that it's one, I have to deliver a commitment. Usa ka commitment sa usa ka agencies, how can we commit to our agency na sila may plans? Go, it's okay. I just want to see your name then. Naabo yung ang dami commitment. Kaya yung dahil ko, how could you be an agency if you don't have funding? All what's going on around here is, this is your job. Ang lugar is so depressed, we're war-torn. Ang makatabang na ko is so, ang uban, maay kayo mag-right ng mga agency, gibang po nila itong akong ipanulti.